Hi, this is Guy Barker here. Welcome to Herbi.org. Today I'm going to show a demonstration of the new Herbi WriteAbout handwriting development app for Windows 8. When Herbi WriteAbout starts, it shows a sample letter with a red dot showing how the letter is formed. The goal is for the student to trace out the letter in the same way as is shown with the red dot. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to use my finger. Okay, at the top right hand corner of the screen, Herbi smiled, indicating that the letter had been evaluated as correct, and my score has gone to 1. So I'll now do the same thing with the next letter. Okay, and that was evaluated as correct too. Now I'll trace out a B, but I'm actually going to form the letter in a way that is not shown by the red dot, so I'm going to write it backwards. Okay, so Herbi did not smile then, and my score is now 2 out of 3. That's because even though I drew a letter B, it was not the way that was expected. So I'll now try and draw out a D, and this time I'll use the pen that came with the computer. Okay, and that was evaluated as correct. And so the goal is to complete the alphabet and see how many letters are evaluated as correct. Now there are some options with Herbi WriteAbout, so I'll show those now. Okay, down at the bottom of the screen we have a number of options. So the first one allows you to select which set of letters you want to show. So let's have a look at that. Okay, the only one that's checked there is lowercase letters. I'm going to say, well, my student hasn't yet progressed to letters, so we're going to have a look at shapes instead. So I'll check the shapes and uncheck lowercase letters, and now we have some shapes to trace out. Again, I could either use my finger, like this, or a pen. There we go. Now other options include an evaluation level. By default the level is intermediate, which means that there can be some difference between the student's letter and the sample, but not very much. For some students you might prefer beginner, which means that you can have a fair bit of difference between the sample and the student's letter, and it'll still be evaluated as correct. But if I pick intermediate again and have the same sort of difference, that's not evaluated as correct. And another level is advanced, where the student's letter must be a very close match to the sample. Other options include something called allow retries. So say I want to have the student up to 3 goes at getting a letter correct before moving on to the next letter. So what that means is I got that wrong, I'm getting another chance to do it, I got it wrong again, I have one more try, okay, and now we move on to the next letter, which in this case is a shape. Okay. Other options include turning the tracing off, which means that the red dot doesn't show, and this means the student has already progressed to a point where they know how the letter is to be formed. So I'll do it backwards. That was not evaluated as correct. I'll do it the expected way, and it is evaluated as correct. Other options is a random order, so I'll select the lowercase letters. By default the letters are shown in a random order, but now they will appear alphabetically. Now I'll turn the tracing back on, and another option is bigger. By default the letter is shown quite large. I'll turn that off, and the letter is quite small now. That was evaluated as incorrect. I'll try using the pen here. There we go. Now, you might like to add your own set of custom letters which demonstrate any style of handwriting you prefer. So to do that, we bring up the options again and we click the Add My Letters button. Okay, so now I'm going to add my own set of letters. So I click the Add Letter button. Okay, and I'm going to add an A. Now a B. Okay, now I don't actually have to add letters at all. I could add any shape I want. So I will add a smiley face, and I'll do this with a pen. And now I'll add a word with my finger. And this could be any word you want. I'll choose dog. Okay, and now we'll go back to the Herbi Writer app. Okay, so now I want to select the set of letters I've just added. So I go to the options, look at the list of sets available, and I will say I want to show my letters. Now clear the check mark for lowercase letters because I don't want the both of them, I just want my letters. Now I know it can be difficult to write a word, so I'm going to say I want the beginner evaluation level, and I want to have it shown in the order that I added them, not a random order. And there we go. So now I'll try and write out these. A. I'll do B in a slightly different way. Okay, that was not evaluated as correct. I'll do another one that's quite a bit off. Okay, and now I'll do one that's closer to the letter. There we go, and I got 2 retries because that's what we had earlier. Now the smiley face. Now I'll deliberately do this in an unexpected order. And that wasn't evaluated as correct, so I'll do that again. Okay, and finally the word dog. I'll do this again, quite different. One more that's quite different. Finally I'll do one that's close to the sample word. That was considered close enough, and I got a score of 4 out of 4. So there are lots of things I could do to enhance this app. So if you have suggestions for things you'd like to see changed in the app, please do let me know at barker@herbi.org, and I'll add it to the list of things I need to do. Thank you.